Hey, hello everyone. How are you? Welcome to this another session on your very own channel, 6 to 8. Yes, and I can see you were talking about percentages, huh? So hey, welcome everyone. And yes, today we'll be learning about contact and non-contact forces. Yes, hello. And yes, अरे percentage 3-4% में कुछ नहीं होता यार, it's okay. Don't worry. Hey, yes. अच्छा हीलियम के लिए आए हो क्या आप लोग? नो टुडे नो हीलियम. कभी कभी ठीक है, ऐसे थोड़ी रोज करनी. Someday again we'll do it. And by the way, we also got Aishwarya ma'am to try it. And you know what? I'll share the video with you. It was nice. Hey, good evening everyone. Yes. So all right. So contact and non-contact forces. So in last session, we learned about forces, the basics of forces, right? Today we'll move forward. Today we'll learn about what types of forces. So by the way, we are covering everything, right? We'll cover everything nicely, clearly, so don't worry. नहीं, आज helium नहीं है भाई. There is no chance I can bring helium because there is no helium around me. Today you'll see natural voice. But yeah, very soon I'll bring you Aishwarya's ma'am voice with helium. कृति मैम, हाँ, कृति मैम का आवाज वैसे ही बहुत पतला है. But yeah, it'll be fun to see how the voice will become after helium. Yes. All right, guys. Are you excited to learn about contact and non-contact forces? And you know what? Today, I'll ask you about some previous sessions also because there is some connection. And non-contact forces, there are a lot of activities which you can do at your home. I'll tell that to you. All right. Nice. Excited? Clearly audible and visible, by the way? I think I am, right? So let's see. Let's move forward then. Now this thing is, you might have seen this before. See, these are all packages you can try. Go ahead. If you like, you try it. If you don't like, it's okay. Not a problem. All right. Nice. Fine. So homework question. And I was very excited. Now, you know what? See, I also go to 9th and 10th channel. I don't know if someone from 9th channel is there. But you guys are giving lot of answers, huh? By the way, this is very impressive. Nice. So this was the homework question, and I'm very glad to tell you. You know what, Gungun and sorry, we have two Gunguns. Gungun Tagore and Gungun Yadav. Bilva, VSK, and all of you. And you know what? I have more names actually. Nikhat, Somit, Mruda Bhasani, Vishwaroop, Sneha, Yashasvi, Smita, Ravel, Ayush, all these people actually gave the answers. Correct. Yeah, Nukriti. No, I won't forget. Hey, Diksha. Yes. So, yes, there are two. So, alright, congratulations. The answer was correct, and it's really nice to see when people answer. It gives you confidence, na? Whatever you're teaching, actually, people are learning that. So, that is something which I would say, keep doing that. It's very good. Okay? Nice. All right, let's come back to force. कोई बात नहीं. Next time, I'll give you homework in this session also. Don't worry. I give you easy homework, by the way. है ना? कुछ मुश्किल नहीं होता है उसमें. All right, so let's talk about force. Last time we thought force is what? It was a push or pull acting on an object, right? But last time I actually told you two objects need to interact, है ना? If I want to apply force on let's say this again. जोर लगा के Haisha. We did that, right? Hey Shreya. So I need to interact with this thing, right? I need to interact. I can't do this thing, which I'm doing in a thumbnail, by the way. But I'm doing actually something different. There were two magnets, if you remember. I can't do it. I can move it and it will just go. It won't do it like that, right? You have to touch it. At least I have to touch it. I don't have that power that I can move it without touching. That's so that's why interaction is required. And we also learned about all these different scenarios. In football, we also saw the football clipping over there, na? Correct? So that's why. All these things we have learned: bicycling, opening a bottle, or spinning top. Everywhere you need force. That's true. Interaction is required. बहुत ज़रूरी है. Now, we learned that forces are due to interaction. So, both of these things, whenever you're pulling or you're pushing, and you know, by the way, I feel this guy, you know, he's pushing a car. I mean, we call it the Matador. I don't know if you remember it. So, Magician can move without touching, and actually they also don't move. They do tricks, mind tricks, by the way. So that's why this guy is pretty strong, I feel, because he's able to move a van actually. He's like those superhero thing which we used to see. So this is a human being at least, right? So I think he can go and act into Marvel movies also. Yes. So that's true. All right. So this was about. Next question. Does interaction always mean a physical contact? Because you have had instances. He can't move the van. Yeah. What if he moved? Yes. Wind. So wind is actually touching. What is wind? It's the movement of air. Air molecules. So they are actually touching and then only they are applying. Right? So that's true. But can I say that interaction always means a physical contact? No, right? Not necessarily. I told you interaction is zaruri. Interaction is important. I did not say always contact is important. Nice. Yes, correct. You were right. Magnetic. There were other forces also. Right? There were other forces also. So, do you remember this nice story of Newton? You guys know Shaktiman, huh? Do you remember this nice story of Newton? This one. It is said, there's a legend basically, that he was sitting under an apple tree and suddenly an apple fell on his head and he thought why it fell down, and then he started thinking, he found gravity kind of thing. Apple story, it's very famous by the way. So, if apple fell, now guys focus, mazak nahi, nahi, apple fell with the force. What did we learn? A body will maintain its state until and unless there is a net external force acting on it. Focus, So we said that. Acha, theek hai, maan lete hain. Let's say there was this apple. Acha, every time I don't know why I find this remote only. Let's say this was an apple. It was hanging from the tree. Nice, badhiya. It was hanging from the tree. Mast, ekdam. Now what happened? Suddenly something happened and it fell. Fell means there must have been a net external force. Then only it fell. Acha, if it is falling down, means there is a net external force. कौन लगाया? I think पपी नीचे बैठे होंगे ना, है ना? न्यूटन सर नीचे बैठे होंगे, I think. Gravitational force. कौन लगाया? Gravity. कौन लगाया? Earth. Who applied the force? Earth did. How? Gravitational force. Correct? No. You are going in the wrong direction. Magnetic force of Earth, I'll come to it. Don't worry. Not right now and not today at least. That was this AC remote, by the way. All right. So, second, I don't know if you did this. So when we were kids, though, we used to play with that the plastic scale. We used to go with like kach, and then bits of the paper pieces. You bring them close, and you will say, "Oh, hey, come, see what I'm doing, magic, huh?" So these things we used to do, huh? Oh, nice, Shreya. You did this, huh? So this is very easy. Everybody does this. At least in your school life, I'm pretty sure everybody has tried this at least once. School में जब बाल हुआ करते थे हमारे, है ना, तब की बात है ये. So that's why. So that's why, है ना, the plastic scale or plastic pen, you do kach, and yes, you do that. So that's why we all have tried it. This is what electrostatics, है ना. Now air pressure, not yet, not air pressure. Static electricity. And by the way, we did one session on that also. Huh? Yes, and paper is attracted. Correct. Acha, this though you have seen very, very easily. Huh? You see that you bring a magnet near some iron fillings, and if you bring them closer, they get attracted. That's how magnet work. Acha, ek cheez hai. Kach. So that's why, है ना? Magnetic force, we call it. Correct? Simple. Easy, है ना? Avinash, this is too hard, by the way. Right? So that's why. Simple. We saw gravitational, we saw electrostatic, we saw magnetic. Let's explore them. Right? Let's explore them. Because in all these, to apply force. Because see, how do you know that force is applied? Because you saw some effect. You saw a body changing its state. Matlab, what does it mean? Some force is applied. अब कौन लगाया? कोई तो छुआ नहीं. No one touched it. Means this force was applied without touching. It was a non-contact force, right? That's why. Okay. Yeah, Adam. Whatever we cover, no, we cover almost everything. And whatever delta is, I tell you specifically that it is for everyone, right? Don't worry about that. Nikhat, there is a one very minute difference. I won't tell you right now. I'll tell you later. हाँ भी ऐसा होता है. Easy, huh? Very good. Achha, by the way, you guys taught me this phrase, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So types of forces. Let's differentiate them based on, first of all, what kind of interaction do you need? Achha, ठीक है ना? Mazak is okay. Yeah, Anukriti, definitely. See, jokes apart, we have to learn also, है ना? So types of forces में, we just talked about interaction. What kind of interaction is required? Means we can differentiate into two types. First is contact. Contact requires contact to apply force. Fine, nice. Second is non-contact, means you don't require contact, but still you can apply force. Hai na? Yes? Oh yes, you know Alex, huh? Nice. Correct. Thank you, Shreya. Oh, you are Kamya. Alright. So, let's talk about contact force now. Contact force में क्या होता है? Two or more objects need to have a physical contact with each other. You need to touch it and then only you can apply force. Acha, I told you, humans at least, we can't apply force without touching, no? Hai na? So, nice. What is my force? If I am able to apply force on this book, let's say, right? If I am able to lift this book, I have to touch it, right? I have to touch it, okay? But actually, who is applying this force? I am saying, sir, you are applying. If I am applying, kuch to hoga na? I am able to apply. Kaun? Muscular force. Muscles, the doles, we call it, right? The dolas. So, the muscular force, that, by the way, the dolas are biceps, right? So, it's not like the whole body has dolas, it's biceps. So, the biceps are able to contract and lift this book, right? So, that's why. This is the muscular force. Oh, nice, Pratim. I'll come to this, by the way. It's a good question. I'll come to this, right? Jadoo was an alien. He was not human, by the way. Yes, you have to touch if you want to slap. Correct? So it's all muscular force, right? And muscular force needs touch. Without touching, you can't apply, right? If you are fighting, you have to touch the other person to at least defend or fight. If you're in a boxing match, you have to touch. ऐसा नहीं होता है दूर से मारा भुशुम and you are like, it won't happen like that, okay? Correct, है ना? True. So you have to touch to apply the muscular force, correct? Nice. What about frictional force? So Pratim, your question is coming. Frictional force. Friction. You know friction, right? Friction. It's a necessary evil. Yeah, it's a necessary evil. If you are pushing something, let's say it's a very difficult thing for me actually. What to do? I'll take a small remote now. So if I push it, if I push it, it stops because of some force only, na? No, Nikhat, it's not like every force. I'm telling you frictional force. Can something or someone apply friction without touching? Friction is what? Friction is a force which opposes the fill in the blank, which opposes the dash. And I think there are seniors also in this. At least you can answer. Come on. Yes, correct, Anukriti. That's true. Nice, Avinash. Chalo, batao. Movement, okay. Friction opposes the dash. Motion. Papaya, answer. I think you should answer. Is motion correct? Is motion correct? Tell me. Relative motion. क्या यार senior कैसे senior हो यार आप लोग है ना? You did not answer this. Relative motion. Sir, what is relative motion? If you are saying motion, friction opposes motion. If I join my both the hands and move them together, it is motion. But is friction happening? No. Why? Because there is no relative motion. Sir, what is relative motion? There should be motion between two surfaces relative to each other. Means like this. This is relative motion. Okay, so the answer is relative motion. Every force is a non-contact. So Nikhat, the reason I'm telling you your teacher said this is because in future, I told you now, learning, unlearning and relearning. Today we are seeing contact and non-contact, but on microscopic level, if you go, atoms don't actually touch. So this thing will come in 11th. I would say I will explain this to you again in 11th, but not today because it will confuse you. I don't want to take you into that molecular levels, right? So that's why. Okay, electron motion to the probability theory, right? yeah, I know, it is shining like jadoo. Oh, nice, learner Sarah. Yes, so that's why frictional force opposes the relative motion. Correct. Both of them are contact, by the way, right? At least now remember it like both of them are contact. They need to touch the other object if they want to be applied, if they want to come into existence, right? It's okay, right? No, you are not diverting. Papia is diverting. Yes, correct. So let's see. Muscular force, the force resulting due to an action of muscles. You can see. You might have seen those gymming things, no? Right? These things happen. What are you doing? You're building muscles. What happens? You're actually building your muscles, right? So that's why. Yeah, Papia, that's true. Okay. Next, this guy is doing push-ups, right? So he's doing push-ups, right? So that's why. All these are muscular forces, correct? It's okay, sir, not a problem, correct? Now, let's talk about frictional force, the friction force, right? So this is important, by the way. So this will also entertain the question of what exactly happens in friction. Force resisting the relative motion between surfaces in contact. Relative motion, है ना? It came here. It opposes the relative motion. Yeah, Priti, it's hard. That's true. Okay, is the relative motion between surfaces in contact, right? Yes. And how do you know there is friction? Sir, because we are seeing it every day. Whatever I do. So according to Newton's law of motion, if you apply a force, the body should change its state. But let's say I push something and then I stand. I pushed you. The body should keep on moving, na? But it stops. But according to Newton's first law, it should keep moving. Correct? But Newton's first law said, if you apply a force and you let it go. When you apply force, the body will change its state. But if you are not applying, if you are not pushing, it should keep moving. No, है ना? That's true, right? True? Yes. But it stops. It stops. Why? Friction, right? Friction. Because there is constant force being applied on the body. There is friction. If let's say you pushed it, it is going forward, but friction is saying stop, 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 and it makes you stop. That's how friction is working, right? Right? Nice, Pratim. I'm coming to that. Yes, yes. So that's why. What is the cause of friction? Why does friction occur? That is one question, right? So what happens? And by the way, this thing, if you want to understand now, in the BYJU'S app, there is a very nice animation of what actually happens on the intermolecular level. How the friction acts. No, Nikat, it does not. So when you go into microscopic level, let's say this book looks pretty smooth, huh? Pretty shiny, pretty smooth, and let's say this pen, this marker, it also looks pretty smooth. When you keep it on the book, we feel nice. It looks smooth, hai na? Badhiya hai. But you know what? It's not. There are ups and downs, hills and valleys on the molecular, microscopic level. We call them asperity. What do we call them? Asperity. So this term is a little new. It's okay if you don't know that. We call them asperity. What is asperity? On the microscopic level, when you watch any surface, there are irregularities. They are called as asperity, right? So, and what happens? When two surfaces are brought in touch, there are some adhesion. There is something called as cold welding also. There are some adhesion and bonds forming, right? There is some this interlocking of irregularities. So what happens? You have, let's say, on very small scale, you will see hills and valleys. And the top surface has also hills and valleys. When they come in contact, they go like this sometimes, ऐसे. And then you push and pull, so that's how friction acts, okay? Yes. F1 cars work in the same thing as any car work. It's just it has a powerful engine. That's it, right? And aerodynamics, by the way. Sorry, Sneha, never played that game. Right? So, yes, microscopically, it's not a smooth surface. And by the way, Pratham, that also answers your question. So that's why interlocking of irregularities, adhesion, and if you say, Achha, what do you think? Is ice a smooth surface? Is ice a smooth surface? Tell me, come on. Is ice a smooth surface? It's not, huh? At least better than a rest, because on ice we know we slip, hai na? Okay. There is one thing which I can ask you to try. I don't know if you will try it or not. I'm not sure, but it's okay. I can tell this to you. Yeah, please, Neha. So I can tell this to you. If you take 2 ice cubes in your fridge, it's summer, by the way. So you have ice cubes at your home, right? Aditya, it's because of aerodynamics. Bernoulli's theorem also plays a role over there. It's because the air wing is in the aerofoil shape. I won't talk more than this. Yes, Neha, please ask it out. Yeah, true. So that's why when, right? Come on. Yes. I'll give you one activity. Take 2 ice cubes and place them on top of each other. Hold them tightly and then try to separate them. What will you see? Yes. Adhesion. Correct. We call this like a cold welding kind of thing. Cold welding is also one thing. You will notice something strange, because normally if you put ice and you do it, it's very slippery. It goes like, if you are trying to hold it, it goes like, whoop, oh, right? This thing happens. But when you bring them close and you just give a little bit of force, they stick, right? So that's why I'm saying it's also kind of cold welding or adhesion. So all these come under friction only, right? And then you try to move them, they won't move, right? So it's an activity I'm giving you, by the way. You can try. If people who haven't tried this before, try it. It's good. Okay? Nice? Yes. So come on. Friction prevents you from falling. Achha, how many of you are into sports? Yes, Rituraj. Nice. It's in space. Sneha, I'm sorry. I'm not the right person. First of all, I need to know what is this game. Okay. Yeah. How many of you are into sports? Nice. Very good. So have you ever tried rope climbing? Come on. Tried rope climbing ever? No, huh? So you might have seen at least. So let's say explorers or anyone goes and you hold a rope and you climb using the rope, hai na? Kabaddi nahi, rope climbing, right? Rope mein you hold the rope and you climb. And I think in our school, I was not into rope climbing, but sometimes we used to do some crazy or stupid stuff. There was a pole of football and we would say who will climb top. So we would start climbing on the pole, but that's not a good thing, by the way. So yes, so that's why rope climbing, if you have done or you have actually done anything, wherever you climb, do you know why you are holding? Who is making you hold, right? Tug of war. Yes, very good, Shashwat. Tug of war mein you hold a rope and you pull. Why are you able to pull? Why are you able to pull? Because of Nikat, it will actually. If two bodies will rub, but with a force, I'll tell you, not today, but you know what? There is one problem in space. That's why you don't appear to see friction. Frictional force, right? In tug of war, how do you pull? You hold the rope and then you pull. But it's the friction between your hands and the rope. And if you noticed, when people go for gymnastics, they always go and do that rubbing thing. right? That is not actually that talcum powder, right? It's not that thing. They want to increase the friction in their hand, better grip, that's why. So that's why, okay? Got it? It is because of frictional force only. So interlocking of irregularities. So whenever tomorrow someone asks you, why does frictional force actually come into picture, or why is friction happening? You can say on microscopic level, these surfaces are not smooth. They have interlocking irregularities, and that's why there is friction. Okay? Yeah, Sneha. So all these things, what I'm discussing, no, they are actually important for Olympiads also. These are all basic things which you should know. I can't just give you Olympiad things directly, because of grip. Kanan, not exactly. Yes, nice, chalk powder. No. Shashwat, that's something different. I'll come to that later. They want to make it smooth. And there is one reason. Yes. So, in non-contact force, the objects need not to have a physical contact with each other. This we have understood, Yes, okay. So in gravitational force, there was no one, the apple fell. No one went and grabbed the apple. अपने आप गिर गया ना वो, because of gravity. Simple, है ना? Yeah, don't worry. For Olympiad, the things which we are teaching, all of them are there. But some delta, some plus minus things will also cover that. Don't worry, right? And we have given you the roadmap session. So in that everything was mentioned, by the way, right? Yes. Electrostatic force, again non-contact, right? Next, magnetic force, again non-contact, because you don't need to touch, right? Nice. So let's talk about gravitational force. Acha, do you agree to this? Now let me ask this question to you. Air. Now air, when you go into air, I'll tell you, air is not exactly the frictional force, but you know what? Air gives you drag force. That is a kind of frictional force. So I know you have a lot of questions, right? Irregularities thing, I won't say you go into that. Air we call frictional force as drag force. That is something with viscosity and everything. It'll come later. Nice. Nice, Anukriti. Yes, by the way, the wicket to wicket series is very good. Not today, Kanak Raju. Yes. So gravitational force, how many of you think that it is actually between any two masses, right? You believe that, no? Now one question to you is, I have mass, this remote has mass, this marker also has mass. Does it mean that I am attracting this marker because of gravitational force? I should be able to move it, na? Why is it not moving? Shashwat, medium is not coming into picture. Forget about medium. It doesn't depend on medium. Yes, I'm attracting this marker, but it is not moving. Why? Nice. I have gravity force. Any two masses, they will have gravitational force between them. But the thing is, my mass, this marker's mass, it is very, very, very small. But Earth has such a huge mass. It is applying force of gravity on everything around it. And that's why, okay? So mass matters. This force of gravity depends on how much mass you have, right? Correct? Nice. Not as big. True, that's true, है ना? So, force acting between any two bodies having mass, that is important. And that's why gravitational force biggest example is planetary motion, right? Around the sun, all these planets are moving, and these are so heavenly bodies, astronomical bodies. They have forces of gravity. I won't go into space and time right now because I know what you're thinking, right? Yes, amount of matter matters. Mass means amount of matter, correct, right? Yes, Anukriti. And we have a video on that, by the way. Why do we have tides? Yes, correct, Sneha. Yes, that's true. So, right? So, all these planetary motions are because of gravitational force only. True, right? Okay. So, ever-existent downward force, that is gravitational force. Acha, now let me ask you something. We say, acha, let me ask you, because of gravity, the force on you is in which direction? See, I keep doing these things with you. Because of gravity, Earth's gravity, force is in which direction? Yes? It's okay, Priti. Down. Huh? Okay, let me give you one scenario. Let's say this is Earth. है ना? Let's say this is Earth. And you ask this person, कि भाई, where is gravity acting on you? He said down. Let's say there is another person here. If you ask him, where is gravity acting on you, what will he say? What will he say? Correct, Anvi. I saw your answer. He will also say, he won't say up. He doesn't know what is up. For him, this is down. If you are here, for you, this is down. So understanding, for us, we are people on earth. For us, down is this. But if you take other perspective, so down means actually towards center of earth. So right, so the correct answer would be center of earth. Got it? है ना? Yes, Nikhat, true. It has a very, very high density. Right, towards earth. Perspective. Correct. Nice. Got it? So I'll keep doing these mini challenge things with you. Electrostatic force. Force acting between two or more charged bodies. Sir, what do you mean charged bodies? See, everything is made of atom, no? Do you know this? That every object is made up of atoms. You know that, no? Right? Come on, tell me. Every object we say at least is made of atom. And atom is made of electrons, protons, neutrons, right? So everything has electron, proton, neutrons. But you know what? They are actually balanced. Why? Everything is equal electrons and equal protons, means equal negative charge, equal positive charge. It is balanced. But sometimes what happens? Electrons become more or they become less. Then we call the body as charged. Lightning, yes, it's actually a flow of charge only. Hai na? Atom and fiber is not actually a proper question. Atom is at least the smallest unit of matter as we know till now, at least. But inside atom we have electrons, protons, neutrons, right? All these subatomic particles. Never went there, Nikat, right? Right? So that's why. Force acting between two or more charged bodies. The thing is, charged bodies, when you bring them closer, what happens? What happens? If they are, can someone tell me, if I bring positive charge body near a negative charge body, then what will happen? And if I bring a negative with a negative, then what happens? Come on, tell me. Plus and minus. If I bring one positive charge body near a negative charge body, what will happen? Attraction. And someone asked this question. Attraction. So, how do you gain? How do you create this imbalance of electron? By rubbing. So, if this marker, I rub it with, let's say, some other or tissue paper. Right? If I have this tissue paper and I rub it and I bring it near pieces of paper, it will show attraction. Right? So that's why. Unlike charges attract, like charges repel. We know that, right? So that's why. And I don't know how many of you saw the session of how to make an electroscope. Did you see that? Did you see that session? How to make an electroscope? Smita. Center of earth is not actually solid, yet they keep floating. Right? You remember, na? So, you remember this clip? I'll play the video also for you, right? And watch. So let's see. Let me try. And people who did not see this session, please go ahead and see it because it was a good session. This is easy to make. And just watch. I won't even touch it and you will see something. Watch. Can you see how much charge is it? I haven't actually brought it really close, but you see the leaves. Can you see the leaves properly? Yeah? Or let me just provide you a little bit of shade also. Right? Okay. From here, I think you need. Can you see the leaves spreading? Everyone? Yes. Yes. Yeah. Hai na? Right? So people, if you missed this session, go ahead, watch it. This was a nice DIY activity. You can try at home. Hai na? It was interesting. So after electrostatic, we have magnetic force, because we have been playing with magnets for so long. Fridge magnets, chota bar magnets, right? I removed the watch because it was shining and you were not able to see the electroscope, those leaves. So that's why I removed the watch, so that the shine should not fall on that. That's why. Sneha, timetable is there. Every day you get the thing, no? Right? It's so simple. So, for magnetic force that attracts metals like iron, nickel, cobalt, this is magnetic force. So, a magnet attracts magnetic materials, right? Magnetic materials like iron, cobalt, nickel, and this is the magnetic force. And similar to charges, magnet also have same thing. They have two, you know this, no? A magnet has two poles, north pole and south pole, right? You know that, no? Nice, Nikhat. Don't worry, I'll have a look. Till now, I haven't had a look, but all those things are with me. I'll have a look. Yes. Correct? You have seen, huh? So you know, right? A magnet has two poles, north pole and south pole. Hai na? Oh, study timetable, Sneha. So I think Kriti ma'am did one session on the best timetable for you. Watch that. It's a good session. Nice. Same thing. Like electrostatics, like charges, it is also same thing. Like poles, north and north will repel. North and south will attract. Right? So this is one thing. Unlike poles like each other, and like poles do not like each other. Simple. You can remember like that. Okay? Chalo, theek hai. This is one question for you. Identify the forces acting on the below situations. Classify them as contact or non-contact forces. Easy question. Right? Easy question. I'll give you a small scenario and you have to tell me it is contact or non-contact. Fine. Ready? Ready? Come on, tell me. Repulsion is what? If you bring two like poles, they will push each other. If you bring two unlike poles, they will pull each other. Repulsion is what? It's pushing, kind of, right? Ready? Nice. Okay. First one. Watch. What is it? A boy is catching the ball, but did you notice the ball is falling down? The ball is falling down. Don't focus on the catching. Focus on the ball falling down. Ball falling down. Right? Gravitational force. Yes, focus on gravitational force. Right? So that's why this is non-contact, means gravitational. Correct? Fine? Yeah, Anukriti, I also used to do that. Second, come on. This one is, you might have seen this, na? I mean, just now, I think IPL got over a few, like what, 1 month back. So, whenever you are near to the crease, you make a jump and you go sliding. Shh. Why? You want to reach before you get run out. That's why. Huh? Right? Frictional force. Right? This is a contact force. And it is a frictional force. Correct? Easy? Simple? Right? Gravitational force, non-contact. Muscular force is contact. Right? You told me, by the way. Yes, I accept. Muscular force is contact. Frictional force is contact. Simple. Correct? Rice? Nice. So, with this, I would give you one more homework question. And I say it's an easy question, but you know what? It's good to see the comments so that I understand you have learned very, very, very nicely. Okay? Correct? Take a screenshot. Come on. Smita, that is actually how it works. Smallest of atom is magnetic. It has a dipole, but I won't come to it right now. Okay? Taken the screenshot? Nice. Next, people, join the Telegram channel. Very important. I'll give the notes in that channel. In that channel, you will get PDFs. You will get homework question also. Arey answer mat karo yahan pe. Right? So that's why. Join it. It's very important. Please. And when we say we have got you covered, it means we have got you covered for everything, right? From experiments, from practicals, from academics, from Olympiads, from everything. So that's why we say this every time. We have got you covered. What I need you to do is, I want you to be regular. I want you to be active. I want you to be motivated. See, I motivate you. I know. But you know what? Self-motivation is also important, right? Be regular, be motivated, and you know what? Be active. Keep telling us what you like. Keep telling us what you want. And you know what? Will be there, right? So we have got you covered, and you know what? We mean it. And I think I told you last time also, like and subscribe. I understand you do. Sharing is something which I feel sometimes that you know, greed comes. Arey nahi, wo seekh jayega. Share it, you know. Then you have a discussion, good discussion, and then you will ask me good questions. So come on, do it. Yes, I know. You guys are regular, and that's something which I really like about you guys. You guys are really brilliant, man. I know. All right. Thank you, everyone, and take care. We'll meet again in the next session. Definitely. Till then, bye-bye.